This is WLNS TV Lansing. Now, from your news leader, this is 6 News at 5.
It has been a roller coaster ride again on Wall Street, with stocks moving up and down more than 100 points throughout the day. Unemployment numbers were slightly better than expected, but the global economy remains a big concern. And today, the Dow closed up 61 points, the Nasdaq closed down 24, and the S&P ended the day down 1 point. Now, yesterday, the Dow plummeted more than 500 points, its biggest one-day drop since 2008. Alexis Christoforous reports now from the New York Stock Exchange.
Stocks seesawed between positive and negative territory. A slight dip in the unemployment rate gave the Dow an early boost, but the rally was short-lived as Europe's debt crisis sent global markets lower.
The story remains Europe. Basically, Italy is driving this bus.
The blue chip index continued to ping-pong back and forth into the afternoon as uncertainty ruled the market. No wonder investors are jittery. The Dow plummeted 513 points Thursday, its biggest one-day drop in nearly 3 years. All 3 major indexes have suffered big losses in the past 2 weeks. Friday's job numbers seem to have relieved worries the country is heading into another recession. But recent data shows the overall economy is still weak. The U.S. economy barely grew in the first half of the year. Consumer confidence is down, and both manufacturing and the housing markets have slowed. Traders are looking for help from Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke when the Fed meets on Tuesday.
We're going to ask if he's got some kind of plan here to move. And they don't have a lot of room on that balance sheet. It's very, very crowded.
But they know the Fed can only do so much to help rev the economic engine. Alexis Christoforous, CBS News, Wall Street.
And Thursday's sell-off was the Dow's 9th worst day on record in terms of points lost. So what does a drop in the market mean for you, me, and everybody in between? Is this the best time for you to be making any kind of financial changes? We have financial advisor Ted Feight here talking about what we've just seen in the last 2 days, and a lot of people are very scared right now. Ted, what are you telling them? What's the best advice for investors right now?
Things are happening so fast right now. It's more important that they just kind of hold still and don't try to do too much at one time.
Well, like we saw today on the market, it was volatile again. It was up and down, back and forth. So we're thinking, well, maybe it's going to inch its way back up. How do you recover from something this devastating?
Time. It just takes time. We had a 400-point swing in the first 2 hours today. And in actuality, over the last 10 days, we've lost $4.3 trillion in worldwide stock value.
And that's amazing. And sometimes it's hard to wrap our heads about that amount of money that has been lost, isn't it? What are your clients? I'm sure your phone has been ringing off the hook.
Rings off the hook. Last night at 11:30, I sent out an email. This morning at 7 o'clock, I sent out another email.
Yeah. Telling people just to relax and not overreact, right? Should we be thinking about maybe getting out of the stock market altogether, getting into something that's more stable?
No, we actually need to just relax and take things as they are. If you think back to 2008, and then you come forward, there's still some pain there. But if you go back to 2003 or 1997 or 1990, you hardly remember it. So as time goes on, we will recover, you will get your money back, you'll actually make a profit over and above where we're at.
Well, that's the question. Should we be buying, though? Is this the time to buy, right?
We have been buying all week. I had clients call, and I was so happy. When a client calls and says, should I be buying? And I can say yes.
Yes.
I'm happy.
And you're a happy camper
they got
because
the idea.
of that. We know as a financial planner, too, we know that these are difficult times. And again, time is one thing. But what if you're like near retirement and you've got your 401k that you're hoping to use, planning to use? What kind of strategy would you be telling and recommending to those clients?
Well, 40% of my people are retired or about to retire. And basically, we make sure we have a year's worth of income at all times. So if we've got a year's worth of income, they have a long time that they can recover. And so it's not as important. But don't have all of your money invested in something that could be volatile, and that includes bonds, when you're about to retire, or if you are.
I hear a lot of people say, I'm just putting my money in the bank.
And if you can live on 0.5% of what you have in there, then you're okay. but I haven't found anyone who can.
Nobody yet.
No.
Ted Feight, we always appreciate talking to you. We will all chill out.
Chill out, relax,
okay.
It'll get better.
All right, you heard it right here. Thanks, Ted, again for being with us. And as we just saw in that earlier report, there was a bit of good news today. Employers added 117,000 jobs last month as the unemployment rate fell to 9.1%, but the news wasn't all good. The rate fell last month, partly because some unemployed workers actually just stopped looking for work. Well, consumer confidence is slipping across Michigan, and that is according to the latest State of the State survey. Brittany Gray joins us now in studio to break down the numbers. Brittany?
Jane, people aren't feeling too good about the economy. The report says consumer confidence showed one of its biggest drop in several years. Take a look. Here was the largest drop. Just 47% of those surveyed believe they'll be better off a year from now compared to 60% in March. After that, the numbers changed only slightly. Nearly 47% rated their financial situation as good or excellent. That's down from about 49% in the previous survey. And the number of people who feel they are better off financially than a year ago also dropped from 30% to about 28.5%. The survey's director says while employment is one of the biggest factors for the drop, the results are also a reflection of what's happening around the globe.
This has been a year with the Greek debt crisis. It's been a year with the tsunami in Japan, which interrupted the production process for the auto industry. It's been a year of the debt ceiling argument, and so there are a bunch of things that have not necessarily gone in the way that we would like.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll have the latest numbers on Governor Snyder's approval rating. Similar to consumer confidence, the results are not headed in the right direction. Jane?